Discount Bourbon Review! Alright guys, today we are here with one that I personally am very, very excited about. If you remember back, at this point, a month and a half ago when we went and did our Ohio trip, this is the bottle that I was specifically looking for. My man Josh was looking for the OWA here. I wanted to get my hands on a bottle of the Ancient Age 10 Star. Mm-hmm. I was not able to find it. God bless our man Dell, who wanted to come.
Mr. Dell Computers.
Who wanted to provide some bottles for us to try and get our hands on. And this is one of the ones he brought over. He heard us talking about it, and he even said, he was like, I hear you guys talking about it. I'm going to ask around real quick. And he got his hands on one, brought it over specifically for us.
And that's what we were just saying before this video started. It's so much fun of the regionality of whiskeys.
It is.
You know, some things are available in some places, some aren't other places. But these are all uniquely American products.
Yep.
And it's just a fantastic thing to share in with you guys. But we, at this point, have done Ancient Age, and we have done Ancient Age Preferred.
Yep.
So you guys should be able to find those videos in our backlog. But this is the height of that vertical family. So this is all within the Buffalo Trace Frankfurt Distillery. But this is their mash bill numero uno?
I do believe so.
I believe this is numero uno, where it shares some things with Buffalo Trace. It shares...
It does. In smell.
Sure, some other family members.
I'll be straight up honest. Just immediate notes off the nose. It does share a lot with Buffalo Trace, which we all know. I do like the Buffalo Trace, so that is a good thing. But it's almost a little uncanny to me.
Well, we know that the Ancient Age Distillery became the Buffalo Trace Distillery, so I'm sure it was just a modification of the recipe a little bit with some Sazerac family secrets.
I want to know what some of those secrets are, Sazerac. Let me know. But
me too.
Of course, we're definitely taking a step down. We've been trying some higher proof stuff today, and this guy's going to be 90 proof. So I'm probably... I don't know what to expect off of him. I want to be very, very excited from him, but I'm a little afraid that I might try him and he might be a little mute. A little leaving something to be desired.
Well, obviously, never having had a sip in my life, I would have no clue. I would have no clue. So we're going to find out together, Dell.
I tell you what, on that nose, I get a lot of red fruit.
You get a lot of red fruit, really?
I do.
Like, the same way from Pinhook and the same way from Oa?
I would say closer to Oa.
Think closer to Oa.
Further away from Pinhook.
I'm really detecting a little bit more of that Buffalo Trace side of the family. I'm really detecting a little bit more of that graininess.
It's almost like you're in that building. You know what I mean? Like, you can just smell the wood
around. If you close your eyes and you really smell it, you can smell it. You can see those brick buildings right around. It almost makes me think that he's just the highest tier of the rejects. You know what I mean? Something that wasn't quite cut to be anything else.
But that's good. That's really good. There's nothing really too complex to him. He's very straightforward, but he's good.
Yeah, easy, man. For a 90 proof like that, that's something to get people introduced on. That's something to pick up, mix up, easy.
Oh, I could see myself mixing him very easily.
When you're making your drink, you'll definitely have a little bit extra on the side, just a little nip.
The Buffalo Trace product specifically, and I think I'm going to go ahead and just throw him in the bucket, goes fantastic with sweet tea. It absolutely does.
Really?
And I could see myself going home and trying some of that with sweet tea today.
Okay.
That's really, really good.
Well, I mean, that's kind of it. Get people used to the flavors of whiskey, and I think that a lot of beverages like that really open people up to some of those vanillas, open them up to the caramels and the oaks that can come with it without being a little too overbearing.
That's why I like a good black tea. It's got a lot of those spicier notes that you can expect to find in a whiskey. Sometimes you got to find the right tea, but those flavors will help kind of, I don't think it's the right word, but maybe accentuate themselves. You know what I mean? Kind of make themselves a little bit more prominent. Yeah.
So nose, I think he's got some complexity. He's got a unique smell to him. I think I want to pin on malted barley a little bit, but
I don't know. I don't know if I would say unique smell. Honestly, I'm in the boat that he smells just like Buffalo Trace.
You think so?
I'm going to lean over real quick, and I'm just going to give this bottle a real quick sniff. Is this the... No, this is a
Buffalo Classic.
Okay.
That's Buffalo Classic.
Okay, I take that back entirely. I absolutely do.
Do you really?
I do. He has... Yeah. You when you go back to back, you can really tell the difference there. There is that Buffalo Trace quality that I was talking about before.
He's sweeter. He's sweeter.
But, I mean, I'm not...
He shares the nose of his brother, for sure. But, I mean, I don't know how much difference we have between Mr. Ancient Age 90 proof and Mr. Ancient Age 10 star.
also 90 proof.
Yeah, and you know, if you were fans of the channel, we used to have a big boy of the plastic Ancient Age. So they didn't look too dissimilar, but I'm curious. I'm curious what the difference is. It used to be a 10-year product, but now it's just a 10-star product. It's like it's been a Waffle House employee for the last 50 years or something like that.
Did the Waffle House employee lose 10 years?
No, actually, I think it's Cracker Barrel. Every time, like, if you see people with the stars at Cracker Barrel, it's supposed to be, like, every 10 years they work there or something.
Oh,
like
okay. I see that one I never knew.
So if you see, like, a 3-star waiter, you're like, you spent 30 years at this Cracker Barrel.
That's a good
dedicated. You know the menu. What are your thoughts?
That's just not what I was looking up. Looked up ancient age just so I could try and find an age statement of some kind on them, and it brought up Crown Royal.
Yeah, no, different brands.
Different brands entirely.
But as a discount bourbon, I mean, for this 1.75, 2.5 bottles, essentially.
I believe we were told it came all the way from the East Coast as well.
North Carolina. Yeah.
Including shipping costs?
$40?
$41? That's cheap.
A dream, dude.
That's
easy.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing $15-17 for a 1 liter, and this is a 1.75 liter.
That tracks. As far as nose, I think he's got a good nose, but I think it's just a perfectly average nose. I don't think there's anything too complex. I don't think there's anything really to write home about. So I think I'm going to have to leave him in 5 territory there. When it comes to taste, I think he's got a good flavor, but he's just not creamy, dreamy, something that I'm looking for every single day. So again, I'm probably going to be right up there in that 5, maybe even that 6 territory. I think he's better than just Jack, Jim, James, or any of them. But I don't think that he's, something that I'm hunting down all the time.
Yeah.
Aside the hunt that we've already done. But
that's fair. I did sit in the car just to go try and find a bottle in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now, I think honestly if I found it, I may have been a little disappointed.
I mean, yeah, for that kind of trek, just to find
for that kind of trek for that bottle, I think I would have ended up being a little disappointed.
But price in mind.
I mean,
$20 is kind of a 10 territory for me. I mean,
that's the thing. $20 for a 1.75.
You don't expect much.
Let's bring that back down to a $7.50 though. The traditional for the rest of our bottles. It's probably gonna be about $10.
Yeah,
that's hard to beat. You're not gonna beat that.
I mean, that's a bar drink at the right places.
No, it really is.
Yeah, if you're talking discount bourbon reviews, it's gonna be right up in there.
Yeah, I mean, price definitely brings it up for me. Nose, I'd say he's above average.
So with a 5.5/10 spread for me, I'm going to give him an above average status. Maybe a 7.
I think 7's a little high for me. I think overall I'm going to give him about a 6.
But I think that just signifies he's a little better than average, but nothing too crazy. If you see one on the local shelf, you're trying to get started into bourbon, you're trying to develop your flavor profiles, you like something that's going to be a little bit more singular note, pick them up.
I think that's an easy,
you want something to mix for a party?
Scoop. Oh, mixer for a party would be absolutely fantastic, especially just at the price point. I can if I see a bottle of ancient age out in the wild, I'm definitely grabbing them. I mean, there's just without a doubt in my mind, I'm gonna have a bottle on my bar. But maybe it's just because I got so excited, but I was a little let down today. He is above average. He absolutely is, but I was a little let down today.
If Harlan Wheatley is personally watching and he has something to say to us about this, just hop right up in the comments. Let us know. Maybe we're not tasting it right. Maybe we don't understand the flavor profiles, but it doesn't seem to be hitting with us as well as we would have liked.
Still very good. Still very good.
Fantastic.
There are way worse bottles to get your hands on without naming any specific names.
Without naming any specific brands,
there we are.
There's some worse things that you could find yourself picking up.
Absolutely is. For about the same price, too.
Yeah, that's honestly, all 3 of these guys are about the same price, and that's kind of why we're scratching our head about some of the differences. I mean, this one's 20% whiskey, 80% vodka. This one's just 90 proof.
Just run-of-the-mill.
Ancient age. This one's ancient age, and it's 10 stars. So maybe it's a little bit older, but...
Now, this one, I actually, since you brought up the 10 star again, you mentioned it used to carry a 10-year age statement. You brought that up, and that it no longer does. I was looking it up. The oldest that I'm seeing online, about 36 months.
Really? So just like 3 years. So this is all super young stuff.
Maybe some age. I might like it a little more. Get some more interesting flavors in on them. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe 3 years just ain't long enough.
And it seems like something Buffalo Trace could kind of be doing a little bit easier. I mean, I know that a lot of their bottles are selling out super fast.
Oh, yeah.
So why not just bring up the quality a little bit more, and then you have a couple more stud brands? I don't know.
I'd be about it. But, of course, at the end of the day, drink responsibly. So I think that's the only time I've ever seen 10-star, Ancient Age. I think there was even a bottle of Preferred in there. I was like, why is that in the same?
One of everything.
Yeah, they got Pappy in there. They got some of the 22-3 year.
Rows of Pappy, and you're just sitting there looking at it.
There's
like,
an Ancient Age Preferred just hanging out. Oh, but I'm super excited about this, man. This is just an incredible find, dude. You pulled some strings.
This is an experience, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy was just like, dude, there's like 8 on the shelf here. Why does he want this one?
Yeah. Hey, that's fine. I mean, if you got access to it, stock up on it, because that's what I try to do with what I got access to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's some of the fun of me trying to hunt down some regional brands that are a little bit better, like Holiday here. Big shout out to RD1. We'll give a begrudging shout out to Gunners as well. I mean, there's a couple things out there. There's some regional people that are really trying hard.
Oh, yeah.
Some people that are really trying. Stranahan's.
I love that Stranahan's.
Colorado whiskeys.
I think Stranahan's was the one
That's
specifically that whenever I kept coming over here during the summer.
Strany Blue.
Strany Blue was the one specifically that I took a sip of and I was like, oh, I get it.
You ever had any Stranahan's?
Colorado single malt whiskey, and it's very good in my opinion. Now that one I think is a little unfair. It's only an 86 proof bottle.
Yeah, but I mean, I got the 10 and I got the distillery exclusive back there that you can give a sip of. But it's their youngest. They do a Solera process, though, where they're taking their oldest juice and they're mingling it back with some of their younger juice. I think this guy's a 5-year product. But he's still got plenty of flavor at 5-year.
Yeah.
Real light, real coffee-esque. But
that was the one for me. Because I would drink the Weller that Josh would pour up for me, and I never had a problem with it. But I think there was just one day that I took a sip of the Blue, and I was like, I understand. I get it.
You ready? Hit a DBR. 3, 2,